Good morning, students. Students, today we will do exercise 4.2. The first question is, give first the steps you will use to separate the variable and then solve the equation. Okay, first you have to separate the variable. What is the variable here? This is the equation. Variable is x, so we have to separate this variable first. So with this x, what we have? Minus 1. So we have to remove this minus 1. Okay, how we will do this? We will do this by adding plus 1 to both the sides. Okay, we will add plus 1 or just 1 to both the sides. So if we add, this is the LHS, we have to add 1 here, and same thing we will add with the RHS also. Plus 1 to the LHS and plus 1 to the RHS. So now what we get? X. Now see, plus 1 and minus 1 gets cancelled because plus 1 minus 1 gives you 0. Okay, so minus 1 plus 1 will become 0. We will get only x here in the LHS. Okay, so x here in the LHS, and 0 plus 1 is equal to what? 1. So x is equal to 1 is the required answer. Okay, so the value of x is 1. I hope it is clear to everyone. Now the E part. See the E part, students. It's y minus 4 equals to minus 7. So how we will do it? Again, we have to separate the variable here. What is the variable? The variable is y. The unknown quantities are the variables. So here we have y as the variable. So we have to separate it first. So how we will do? We have to remove this minus 4. So how we will remove this minus 4? Again, we have to just add the same number but with opposite sign. So what we will do is we will add 4 to both the sides. Okay, so if we add 4 here and the same number, we have to add the RHS also. Okay, so y minus 4 was the LHS. We will add plus 4 and same number we will add to the RHS also. Okay, so again, students, you can see minus 4 and plus 4. See, same numbers but different signs, so they will get cancelled. Okay, the value is 0 because 4 minus 4 it's 0 only. Okay, so what we will get here? Only y is left, and in the RHS minus 7 plus 4, minus plus minus, so 7 minus 4 is 3, but we put the sign of the greater number. So which is the greater number among these two? It's 7. 7 is the greater number and it is having minus sign, so we will write minus 3. So the value of y is minus 3. So I hope these two parts are clear to everyone. Now students, the B part, it's x plus 1 equals to 0. Okay, so again we have to separate the variable. The variable here is x. Okay, the variable here is x. So now how we will separate this? We will remove this plus 1 from here. We have to remove plus 1 from the equation. So how we will do it? It is plus 1, so we need minus 1. Okay, so in this case, when we have plus a positive number, we will subtract the same number. Okay, so we will write subtracting 1 from both the sides. Subtracting 1 from both sides. So now we will subtract 1. X plus 1 was the given equation. We have to subtract 1. That is minus 1 from the LHS and minus 1 from the RHS. From both the sides we have to do the same thing. Okay. So what we will get? See here, plus 1 and minus 1. I told you previously also, same numbers if we have but opposite sign, they get cancelled, or we can say the value is 0. So what remains here? Only x. Only x remains in the LHS. And what remains in the RHS? 0 minus 1 is minus 1. So the answer is x is equal to minus 1. I hope this is clear to everyone. Now the D part, students, it's x plus 6 is equal to 2. Again plus here, plus 6. So what we will do again, we will just subtract the same number from both the sides, because we want this variable x. So what we will do is, if we have plus positive of a number, we have to subtract, and if we have negative of a number, then we will add. Okay, so here also we have to subtract. So subtracting 6 from both sides. Okay, so what we will get? X plus 6 we had earlier. We have to subtract, that is minus 6 from the LHS and minus 6 from the RHS. So what we will get? See here again we have the same numbers, 6 same numbers, but one is having minus sign and one is having positive sign, so they will again get cancelled. Okay, and their value will be 0. So what we will get here? Only x. And in the RHS, 2 minus 6, how much? 2 minus 6 is 4, and the bigger number is 6, so it will be having minus sign. So the required answer is x is equal to minus 4. So students, I hope all these 4 parts are clear to you all. So this much only for today. So students, 4 parts I have shown you how to do. The remaining parts of question number 1 you can try yourselves in your rough notebooks. Okay.